Then we have Aleister Crowley, who probably doesn't need any introduction, but I'm going to say a couple of things about him anyway. Aleister Crowley bragged that he was the great beast 666. When he was 18 years of old, he crucified a toad upside down after baptizing it as Jesus Christ. He basically was described by the world's press as the wickedest man alive. He bragged about doing 150 child sacrifices a year, and he was a bisexual and a devil worshiper. He had so many Masonic degrees that he said if he were to wear the jewelry of all the different Masonic degrees he was entitled to wear, an elephant would creak under their weight. And basically, I've seen a list of all the Masonic degrees he held, and it filled 5 pages. Then we have... because you can't get involved in Satanism on the hardcore level without first being a Freemason. And so I found someone, I was sponsored into the Masons, and I became a first, second, third degree Mason. I went through Let's talk about how Masonry got started. Its origins are basically shrouded in the mists of time. Masons claim that their first Mason was in fact Nimrod. Now, you know, if I was a Mason, I would not brag about the first Mason being Nimrod. But as most people of us understand, he's the person that helped build the Tower of Babel, and it is from Nimrod that basically all false religion stems. Okay, then you'll notice, after that we see the Egyptian mysteries of Isis and Osiris. You'll notice there that this is a trapezoid, this shape, and it's unfinished. You'll notice also that there are 13 ranks here. And then look at the all-seeing eye up there at the top. That all-seeing eye is not God, brothers and sisters. Masons would like you to believe that it is. This is their God, but it ain't my God. I'm sorry. If you study that symbol, that eye is actually called an Utchut eye or a widget eye, and it's a symbol of the all-seeing eye of Osiris or Horus. See, my God is not a cyclops. He has 2 eyes, not just 1 eye. very mysterious symbol, which, you know, you've heard all sorts of explanations for it, but I'm going to give you the Masonic Illuminati inner meaning of what this means tonight. And it's going to probably gross you out and astonish you, and I apologize in advance for that. But this is what it means. Crowley reveals the secret behind the all-seeing eye symbol in one of his books, the Book of Thoth, which is a very advanced manual on tarot card readings. And this is the eye of Lucifer. This is the eye of Lucifer. This is how that pyramid can be decoded in terms of the satanic hierarchy. And you'll notice down here at the bottom are the conventional degrees of the York and Scottish Rite, all the way up to the Supreme Council of Grand Sovereign Inspectors General. Then above it we have the various satanic orders, some of which, in fact I'm sad to say, most of which I was a member of, all the way up to the 9 unknown men, the 7, and then the great architect of the universe himself, Lucifer, the limitless light of nothingness. That's his title. And I think it's rather appropriate, actually. Anyway, and that is what that seal means. That is what that all-seeing eye refers to. That is a symbol, ultimately, of Lucifer. It is a symbol, ultimately, of Lucifer. Now, more quickly here, or more readily, the rest of the symbol on this one. This is the infamous fez, which is the sign of a Shriner. And you notice here, you can see a little better that this is actually a little Egyptian head, like of an Egyptian king, and that's supposed to be the pagan god Osiris. And of course, if you know your Bible, you'll understand how well God feels about the Egyptians. Egypt in Now that might be an unfamiliar term to some of you, but the third eye in the occult is called the Ajna chakra. It's an energy center here, and if it's opened up, supposedly it gives you psychic powers. It gives you the ability to see auras. It gives you the ability to astrally project, to see the future, things like this. Of course, this is all demonic. Now this is the Scottish Rite symbol. This is a symbol of the 32nd degree of the Scottish Rite, which is the other branch of Masonry.
Yeah.
This is probably the best known symbol of all Masonry, and I'm sure all of you have seen this either on buildings or on bumper stickers or on lapels or whatever. This is the ultimate symbol of the Masonic Lodge, of the Blue Lodge, and you see there the square and the compass. This is the square, this is the compass, and then of course the letter G.
I remember all the times that you called me an animal, but in Milwaukee there's a cannibal. Check it, some of the things that you just don't. To Mecca with Ishmael, crucified, resurrected. Now ask how I feel. AD, that I am, that I am. For the flesh to Father Solomon, from a pink.
Yeah, 1993, Lords of the Underground.
This is a stamp that someone just gave me from New Caledonia. I'm not entirely sure where New Caledonia is, but it's evidently somewhere where they speak French. And if you look up there, you'll see that it says the 125th anniversary of the presence of Freemasonry in this country. And you'll notice many Masonic symbols on there.
Here come the Lord's BLP. And everybody come around, come around, come around, come around, come around, come around. Yo, funky, what's up? Boom, shakalaka.
But I'm on my own. Stay strapped with my mag and my microphone. I'm thinking, how could I make this work? 3 6s in my head, so sometimes the devil lurks with my mag and my microphone. I'm thinking, how could I make this work? 3 6s in my head, so sometimes.
Up against, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Donc là, vous voyez Tupac s'accuse. Ils ont fini au sommet de sa carrière, il est mort. Ensuite, Notorious Big, qui est venu avec une ligne de vêtements appelée 666. Ensuite, Notorious Big, qui est venu avec une ligne de vêtements appelée 666.
here. The next character we're going to deal with, no, this is not Santa Claus on a bad hair day. This is probably the most honored Mason in American history. His name is General Albert Pike. And this guy is one of 2 Masons who has the honor of being buried in the House of the Temple in Washington, D.C. You will have a lot of Masons try and tell you, because if you read Albert Pike's material, you will find out that he's an antichrist, that he's a Luciferian, that he mocks Christianity, that he denies the virgin birth, that he denies the resurrection of Jesus Christ, that he calls the early Christian fathers dunces. This is all in Morals and Dogma, the book which is virtually the Bible of the Scottish Rite. But let me tell you, there is not a more honored Mason in American history. He also was a supreme Luciferian pontiff, which meant he was the highest ranking Satanist in the world. He also was a supreme Luciferian pontiff, which meant he was the highest ranking Satanist in the world. The guy was a Satan worshiper. The guy was a Satan worshiper. And this is the most honored Mason in American history. Now, how about the Scottish Rite? Well, in the 19th degree, and I sat through this, I know it's true, they call up the devil. They have a whole ritual where they call up the devil. He comes out and he